everything about the new update 1.44 in Critical Ops. Let's go. If you want me to cover new updates from now on, make sure to let me know in the comments. Special thanks to sponsors Ilknurk, Firma, and Kella YT, and let's take a look at what's new. The biggest and most noticeable difference are the new player models. Both Breach and Coalition now look pretty damn different. Coalition looks like something out of Power Rangers, and the Breach look like my uncle. Having new models means that now our hands look different too, which is also pretty cool. Also, of course, with new outfits, there's new jumping animations and crouching animations too. A completely new feature has been added, enemy outline indicators, and that just basically means that when you have it turned on, as you can see, a border appears, which means he is now much more visible if you're blind like me. Accompanying this new feature are certain new dedicated settings for them, where you can choose the color of the outline and at the same time toggle if you want it on or off. But honestly, I think you might as well turn it on, as it only benefits you more than it doesn't. Now moving on to features, rather than gameplay changes, the inventory is now much more easier to handle. There's a new filtering system in case you're rocking tons of skins. Pretty useful, don't you think? Unless you're like me and you've got 9 skins. It's accessible through the store. 1.44 welcomes another new feature, Trade Up, where you can trade your lower tier skins into higher tier. Let me explain. If you've got 10 tier 1 skins, you can now upgrade them to a single tier 2 skin. Likewise, if you've got a couple tier 6s, you can now trade those bad boys into a tier 7. I personally think that 10 lower tier skins for a single higher tier is quite insane. I don't even have 10 skins in total, so 10 of a single tier is quite a stretch. But hey, it's a new feature and the devs are trying out something new. So let's see what the future holds for us. Quick notice, this doesn't mean that you can trade skins with other players. However, in case you're into that, developers are actually considering this for the year of 2024. So all we can do is just wait, I guess. Who knows, maybe in the future we'll be able to trade some skins. That creates a lot of content ideas and possibilities, and at the same time enables skin giveaways and stuff. Only time will tell if something like that is implemented. In this update, there's also a new item system. With the trade-up system, now you can own multiple of the same skin. That means you can own the same skin more than once, and if you unbox it, it won't be converted into tokens, aka blue credits. That means with this update, we can say goodbye to tokens. Rest in peace, you will be missed. It's been an honor spending you. Strolling over to user interface or UI and UX changes, the reward screen now looks cooler. There's also a new tab where all progress-related tabs will sit under, such as the pass, ranked rewards, and etc. Another thing that I kinda like is that now you can preview your items, or as phrased on the patch notes, through a better content preview screen. And would you look at that, another quick feature is the new pop-up that appears to everyone so that they can provide feedback. A good step in the right direction. I encourage you guys to all share feedback, because who knows, looks like the game wants to improve itself a lot more than ever. But hey, what about weapons? With the new 1.44 update, we've got quite a few of buffs and nerfs going on. It's not a few, we've got a ton of balance change. The XT45 has been nerfed. It also carries 2 less bullets per magazine. The GSR has been buffed in the other hand and deals more damage. The Dual MTX also has been buffed, giving Irons more of a reason to believe that it's the best gun in the game. The AUG and the SG have both been nerfed a bit, and they both deal slightly less damage now. Maybe Critical Force really wants us to believe that the SCAR is the best AR. That's not all, because we have a good bunch of price changes too. Now, when you lose the pistol round, you get $500 extra, meaning you have a bit more cash to work with. The Deagle now costs $800, and the revolver also costs $800 now. Is it just me, or do I feel as if the developers actually watched my video? Because I kind of feel like they did. I did mention the GSR now sucks, the Deagle is very cheap for what it provides, and the best guns are the AUG and SG. Is this a coincidence? We'll never know. The MP5 is $200 less, now it's exactly 1,000, and its cousin, the MP7, is now $1,300 rather than $1,400. The Vector is now cheaper, $1,700. The FP6 and the Winchester are both $1,000 now, and the KSG is $2,200, much cheaper than before, but I still personally think it should be even cheaper. The SA is now $1,800, just like the good old days, and the AR-15 is now $2,200. And the HK, thank God the devs listened, it's now $3,500 and no longer $4,000. Yep, the developers definitely watched my video, or at least I think. Every sniper other than the Eurasia is now cheaper. TRG is now $2,400, SVD is $34, and M14 is $32. Finally, Kevlar is now cheaper. Instead of $600, it's actually $500 now. That means during the pistol round, you can buy the full set of both Kevlar and helmet. but you'll be flat broke once you do so. Matchmaking has changed a bit too, but basically golds and platinums can play against each other, and the master rank is now split into two, meaning that if you're a low master, aka master 1 or 2, you can't play with spec ops, but you can play against high masters or diamonds. From now on, if you're new to the game, you will be silver by default, or specifically silver 3, because now if you haven't played your placement matches, you will start with 1350 rating and not 1500, meaning the climb is now slightly harder. Some glitches and spots have been patched. I hate my life. In canals, the tower now has a correct face. In Castello, you can no longer commit suicide at CT spawn. In Plaza, some of the gaps have been fixed. In Legion, the green screen is now better, thank goodness. In Shanty, they fixed the Dark Shark. I have no idea which Dark Shark they're referring to because I don't play Shanty, maybe this one, but yay, the shark is not black anymore. Heard that? He's no longer for sale. And in Village, the mountains now look better. I didn't even know there were mountains in this map. And finally, miscellaneous changes / updates include the fact that now you can view full rooms in custom games, and you can actually toggle this to be on or off. You can now also copy player usernames. Maximum volume has now increased, which means now people that sound are gonna know where you're at no matter where you are. Long usernames are easily more visible, and finally, the tutorial is now just a bit more detailed. You're welcome, Critical Force. Mwah. Please sponsor me, I want a better mic.